So something cool happened yesterday.
Oh, really? What happened?
And I wanted to start this off because it just doesn't happen often.
Okay.
So yesterday I woke up like any other day.
That's a good way to start.
I got dressed and
Uh-huh.
I went outside to take a walk.
Good.
And just
Healthy.
yes,
Very exercise.
And sitting in the middle of the street was a Pidgeyway, just sitting there.
What, hold on. What's a Pidgeyway?
Well, according to the Pokedex, about 4 pounds. Pokemon joke.
Oh, God. This is going to be a long episode.
I was so afraid you weren't gonna fall for it. It was like driving me crazy all week.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I got him.
Welcome to the weekly Undertaking.
That is archived forever.
I
will
hate-
show your grandchildren this.
Oh, God. I hope that you have more to show my grandchildren than that terrible joke. Welcome back to the Weekly Undertaking. This is the 11th episode of the Weekly Undertaking, and what's sure to be the most geeky episode of the entire franchise.
Well, so far.
So far,
We got a lot of geek to cover.
we do.
But
I'm your host, Mike.
oh yeah, I'm Alex, and
This is what did you do this week, Alex?
well,
Besides
hold on.
planning that awful joke,
I really did take a lot of work. But hold on all that.
all of it,
Because this is a Pokemon episode.
It is.
Last week we did like a bunch of Pokemon and stuff. We played through all of Gold and Silver, which is the second generation of Pokemon, for a whole week. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about that.
Yes.
But there's something else that happened this week in the world of nerd. And
You're
I'm
kidding.
Are you? Do you know what I might be referring to? Have you heard of
not
this?
Pokemon. I mean,
It's not Pokemon related.
Captain Marvel trailer dropped.
That's true, and that was cool.
That was a great trailer.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's all I heard.
Netflix announced something,
Okay.
and I have the teaser image
You have the
and
teaser
some
image?
information for you, and I'm
Okay.
gonna show it to you.
Okay.
And now you might be really sad at first, but once I explain it to you, I promise this is going to be incredible.
Okay.
This is going to be a Netflix show.
Is that
Yep.
he showed me a still image of what looks like a hyper realistic Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Is that
And Aang.
so wait, they're doing a reboot of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Netflix is doing a live action television series, a retelling of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, because the live action worked so well last time.
Wait. There's a lot of good information with this. With the original creators, Brian Konietzko and Michael DiMartino, and
Alright.
the original composer of the show.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And, well, I have a statement too that I want to read.
Okay.
And, if you don't know, Avatar: The Last Airbender is like the best animated series of all time.
It honestly, for those of you that don't know, it honestly is one of the best TV series of all time. The character arcs, the character work, and the stories are just incredibly made, and to this date is one of the most fun shows I've ever
Yeah.
had watching.
And-
It was a cartoon on Nickelodeon for a very long time.
Yes, it ran for 3 seasons and was our childhoods.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was like the first show I ever really got hyped for.
Yeah, and then they made, and then M. Night Shyamalan, I can't pronounce
Shyamalan.
it. Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
That's what I thought. I thought you were punking me,
No,
but I
did
did not know enough about him.
Did you
to,
legit thought it was Shyamalan?
I listen. I thought it was wrong, but I didn't know enough.
That was a
to
reference
argue.
from Rick and Morty.
It was
Yeah, more geek.
more geek.
You remember before that was called like M. Night Shyamalan's or
Nope.
something?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No idea. But I don't watch Rick and Morty enough to catch every single joke.
Anyway, well,
What was I saying? But the movie that he made was of the first season, and it was absolutely abysmal. Terrible movie.
horrible.
So that's what I was referencing. But tell me, what's the statement?
Yes. Okay. Well, here's a statement from one of the two creators. It doesn't say who, but we're thrilled for the opportunity to helm this live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We can't wait to realize Aang's world as cinematically as we always imagined it to be, and with a culturally appropriate, non-whitewashed cast. That's important.
That
That was one of the more insulting things about the movie.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, if that's what he's saying, that's saying the bar pretty the non-White Watch cast is setting the bar pretty low.
Well,
but
no,
like, yeah,
the bar is set low, and they're preparing
Accurate.
to fly over it.
true point.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to build upon everyone's great work on the original animated series and to go even deeper into the characters, story, action, and world building.
That is actually really exciting. Okay.
Right? Netflix is wholly dedicated to manifesting our vision for this retelling, and we're incredibly grateful to be partnering with them. With Netflix having an incredible track record on good shows.
Good TV shows.
Yes.
Movies are bad, but
Movies are bad, but this is a show.
yeah, That's
I'm excited.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
The fact that the creators are working on it is great. It's interesting that they said that they always wanted it to be live action or cinematically represented. That's interesting to
I
me.
think they're just saying they have a chance to better illustrate their vision in more detail.
The only thing that I'm cautious about is, while the first show was incredible and they should be proud of that, I don't understand why they're, remaking the same series. Is it the exact same story? Or is it like a sequel to Korra? Or
It's
what?
sounding like it's set in like Aang's time.
Okay.
The very first show. I think it's going to just be a simple retelling. But I think that's good for a few reasons.
Okay.
The main reason I think is a lot of mainstream people would just devalue this show because it's an animation. So this live action part could get more people interested in the series that would normally not check it out.
All right, fine.
And I think I don't think it has any more potential to be as good as it could possibly be with these two people involved who clearly care so much about this.
Well, that's what I was saying. The only thing that I'm thinking is, like, why fix something that isn't broken? It's already goes down as one of the greatest TV shows of the decade that it was made in. I don't understand why they
but that was
want
the
to.
last decade.
True point, but if something isn't fixed, why risk breaking it? That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Yeah,
we'll see. I hope I'm wrong.
I mean,
That's
it's a couple years. I'm going to be counting it
Oh,
down.
it's a couple years away?
Well, they announced that they're making it.
Oh, well, my next question was going to be casting choices, but I guess they're not there
announced.
yet. Okay, cool. All right, so now that we geeked out about something that wasn't Pokemon...
Anyway,
yeah.
Well, we wasted a bunch of time. Sorry for that. I had to tell you on air.
No, I'm glad you did. That's excellent. All right.
So, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
This whole week. So,
Yes.
where do you want to start with this?
Well, let me ask you this. How far did you actually get in the game?
I am about to start climbing Mount Silver and Challenge Red.
You're kidding.
Yes.
So how many hours is that?
That's 20 hours. I made it to 20 hours. We were planning for 30. I made it to 20. I say that's pretty good.
Well, you did a lot better than I did.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I did. I just barely made it over 8 hours. It was. Let me say, I have a hard time sitting down and marathoning a game for for a very long time, day after day.
Me too, honestly.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I really did it in like hour little dividends. Like whenever I had like a second, I'd sit. Oh, excuse me. I'd sit down for like an hour, play through as far as I can. So, how far in the game does that translate to? How many badges do you have?
I have 6 badges.
It's not bad.
Caught the Gyarados at the Lake of Rage, and I'm currently in like the Team Rocket hideout place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're probably late 20s,
Yeah, mid to late 20s.
level wise.
Yeah, I was severely underleveled for a few of the fights before, but I
Yeah.
managed to fight through.
All right.
Um,
I'm in the mid 40s, so maybe a battle would not
yeah.
be that interesting.
I mean, we could still do it, and then you could just demolish me.
I was gonna suggest something. Also, sorry, I said last week we were going to explain Pokemon, but that's
oh yeah,
not
we
happened.
skipped over that.
Well, here's what I'm saying first, and then we'll take a second.
Okay, cool.
We battle, but it's sort of like a challenger versus champion type thing where I don't switch out my Pokemon, which gives you a slight. Which would give you a huge advantage if we were evenly matched.
Exactly.
But since we're not evenly matched, it might help even out things a little bit. I think I might still have the upper hand.
There's potential there.
But
Well,
I think that's like giving you something to help try to like make it even.
well, regardless, we shouldn't do it on air. That's
No,
something. Yeah.
no, it probably won't be that interesting. Plus, no video.
Exactly.
Just podcast.
Uh-huh. 100%. So anyway, for those 10 of you that have never heard of Pokemon before,
Yeah, it's like the biggest franchise in the world.
it's one of them, yeah, which blows my mind.
I think it's actually bigger than Star Wars.
Is it really? I thought that was the only one that beat
I
it.
think it beats out Star Wars. I'm gonna have to check that though.
Fact check. Always. But regardless, Pokemon is a game in which there are monsters that you keep in balls in your, I assume, pockets.
Yeah, Pokemon is short for pocket monsters.
Pocket monsters. And you go around and you catch them and train them and make them stronger and challenge bosses called gym leaders and get badges for everyone that you beat.
Yes, basically your goal in every game, like there's like 20 now in the last 20 years.
I can't even count them yet.
But your basic goal is to start in your little town and get a starter Pokemon from the town's professor, and then travel the entire region that you live in. Like, it was like a country, I guess.
Yeah, well,
they're a region.
They're all. What I find interesting is every single Pokemon game is based off of a real life location.
Yeah, I do like that. The first few are based off of Japan locations.
Right. So I think Kanto's a real place in Japan. The map probably isn't exactly accurate.
Well, no.
But Kanto's a real place. Johto's based on a place. Johto is the second.
That's the one we went through.
Right. The Hoenn, I don't know, but
something tropical, not too tropical.
Right. I think that's also in Japan. But regardless,
yeah.
The fifth generation.
It's based on New York.
Based on New York.
Woo!
The sixth one is based on France. The most recent one is based on
Hawaii.
So
America's got two regions.
Wow, I guess we're a important country. Wow. Look at that.
Thank you, Japan, for inflating our egos even more.
Even more. Of course.
So, anyway, the goal is to travel the land, beat the 8 gym leaders, which you do.
You do that. Yes,
and you get a badge for each one, and then basically those badges all together act as an entry point or a entry ticket to battle the 4 or the 5 strongest trainers in the region.
Yes.
And if you beat them, then you become champion and you are the strongest.
Right, exactly. And that's the general game. And then also you're supposed to catch every Pokemon. You know, the tagline of the entire franchise is Pokemon, gotta catch them all. But I've never done that.
I have never once done that. That would have been a much scarier weekly undertaking.
I don't think we would have been able to do it, to be honest with you.
I couldn't even beat this game in a week.
Exactly.
I got really freaking close.
You did. You got a lot closer than I did.
Yeah, I was like 11:30 last night. I was like, I walked into Mount Silver and I saw that you needed the flash TM because the cave was dark as shit and you can't see it. And I was like, fuck this.
Okay, so let's.
And then I stopped.
Yeah. that's one of the things that I found interesting about these games, from a technical aspect, is these games are significantly less user friendly than a lot of the games beforehand. After
You should play Generation 1.
It's
so like not user friendly. Like if it's
Really?
your first Pokemon game, you won't really notice.
Well, I mean, it was for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not us. We
Well,
started
true.
Gen 3 because we were kids.
We were too young.
That's where
one.
like item sorting and stuff like that got really good.
Mm-hmm.
Item sorting is pretty good in Gen 2, but the bag gets full pretty quick.
Yeah, it does. I've noticed that too.
I like the individual pouch for TMs and such.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good. That's what's...
Wait, was that not in Gen 1?
Gen 1, it was just, you clicked bag, and then it was just a list of items.
Oh, that's awful.
It's like your TMs with your Pokeballs.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's with your key items, and you can only hold like 30 items.
Oh, that's really bad.
It's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people still like those games.
Because of nostalgia, I suppose.
Yeah.
Same thing keeping the Star Wars franchise alive.
That's true. And like no hate to you if you started there. I have played through all 3 of them and I have found enjoyment in them, but honestly, I like the later ones.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Me too. The reason I like the later games is, like I said, it's a little more user friendly, and also it's a little bit more creative. There's more side quests and things like that. Than
Gen 3 and 4 are definitely my favorites because those are the ones I played when I was a kid.
Right, absolutely.
So
well, we played a lot of them as kids.
But I will say, and this is coming from someone who is an art appreciator.
Mm-hmm.
I think the sprites in the Gen 2 games, the one we played, are the best looking.
Interesting.
I think they're so nice. They all have only 3 colors, including black.
Right.
So it's black and 2 other colors. and yet they do so much with them. They're detailed but simplistic enough. Because Gen 1, they all just don't look like... They look like blobs or like gross because there wasn't enough pixels.
Right. Yeah, no, I've noticed that. It's like Blastoise looks like he has a double chin when you're battling him.
Yeah.
You only get like, it looks like a cabbage when you are using Venusaur.
Yeah, but Gen 2 I think nails it right. They have enough colors and enough room to make something that's truly beautiful. And when like I see like a lot of people doing like pixel art of these creations, I see a lot of people going back to Gen 2.
Right.
Because it's like, it's super detailed, but simple enough where it won't take you like 30 years.
Exactly, to fight through everything.
So I really like I like the sprites in this game.
One of the things I find very funny about the very early game, meaning the first game ever played, is that there are so many glitches. Like in the original...
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I burped. In the original games, it's just like, there are Missing No very famously. For those that don't know, what I think happened is when they were programming the game, they got rid of one more Pokemon.
Yes.
But they coded it wrong, and so there's a specific place in Generation 1 where you can catch this not Pokemon, and if you do, it kind of breaks your game entirely. I mean, if you find it, it breaks your game entirely, so there's a chance that you will not be able to play your game.
And it was written down as missing number, but it looks like Missing No because there wasn't enough characters. So
exactly.
The world has christened it Missing No.
Missing No. And it's, like I said, it breaks the damn game.
Yeah, which is a really cool... It's a cool name, by the way.
Missing No?
Yeah, I like it. That could be an actual Pokemon name.
Missing No?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, I think I'm kind of used to it now, but, like, I don't know. They could be... There are some more badass names in the entire...
Well, yeah, I'm not saying badass. I'm saying it could be a name.
It could be. There are a lot of dumb names in Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one that's just called Horsey. Like, let's be honest.
I used a Horsey.
You used a Horsey?
I always wanted to use a Kingdra. That's the one I wanted to evolve through you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. There are certain Pokemon that you can only evolve through trading.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the names are pretty lame.
Yeah, some of the designs are also really lame. Like, everybody makes fun of the Magnemite into Magneton, which is just 3 Magnemites stacked on top of each other. Same with Dugtrio. But, I mean, also, let's be real. Like, freaking, Voltorb's just a ball. No one talks about that.
Yeah. The Gen 1, like, it goes back to that limited sprite work. It's
you think that was what it was?
I think that's part of it. And also, like, back then... They didn't know this was going to be, like, a big deal. So it's like, oh, we'll just make 150 of them. And, obviously someone drew some in, like, a minute. And others, like, took genuine, like, thought and work. Like, the 3 starters and Pikachu are most famous.
Right, of course. Of the 3 starters, which one do you go for?
Of the original game?
The original 3 starters. What do you go for?
I always choose Bulbasaur because he was my very first Pokemon.
And nobody liked Bulbasaur when you were young.
I loved Bulbasaur.
The reason I remember that when we were growing up, everybody loved Charmander and Charizard so much. Yeah. So I would always, if I had the option, I would always go for Blastoise just to screw them when we would battle, just to be.
No, it's a smart choice.
Yeah,
it's a smart choice. You were truly the Gary Oak of
yeah,
the
exactly.
real world.
Yeah, the guy that everyone names douche when they get the chance. And
I named my rival after you because we were rivaling.
Oh, that's appropriate.
But I spelled it Mike space L, so it's Mike L.
Do you think you're clever?
Yes. I laughed. I was like, oh, it's like Evil Michael. It's Mike L.
Oh my god, that's dumb. That is very dumb. I just went classic. I named my guy Silver.
So tell me about your team.
Okay, my team is... I noticed that it was very much based on Gen 1 people, Pokemon. It's well, right now it's a Croconaw. I
knew you were going for Alligator.
Listen, Feraligator's like the best Pokemon.
I know, which is why I didn't choose him.
The design is so great.
I do love it.
And did you go? I can take it that if you predicted my starter, then I take it you went with Chikorita.
No,
really?
I went Cyndaquil.
Yeah, because
Because I've used Chikorita so many times.
And it's a garbage
sucks.
Pokemon.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Grass Pokemon are useless, especially in Johto.
Yeah, honestly, you can't do much with it. It's
So I love Chikorita, but
No.
I wasn't gonna make this harder for myself.
Well, of course not. Of course not. I mean, Typhlosion's not that good a Pokemon either.
Typhlosion's got the same stats as Charizard, my friend.
Yeah, well, Charizard was a bad Pokemon.
But Charizard's pretty well.
It was overrated.
Early games, it's pretty good.
All right.
And like it does the job for the story.
I suppose so. But anyway, I got the Crocodile, I got a Haunter, I got a Graveler,
Ooh.
I got...
A lot of trade exclusives.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I have a Machop.
Wow.
Yeah, literally.
That's 3.
Literally all of them that want to, are going to need to be traded. Magnemite and, got a Hoot, but I really only use that as an HM slave.
Wow, okay. Interesting team.
Yeah,
So
what about you?
let me go over that real quick. So you got Water, you got Electric Steel, you got
Fighting, Ghost Poison,
Ground, Rock.
yeah, and then
All right.
normal Flying, but I'm not really
Yeah,
using that.
you need a flyer.
Yeah,
Which is also something I hate about everything before Gen 7, honestly. You need a flying Pokemon and a water Pokemon.
what they do in games, for those of you that don't, I mean, I hope people that don't play Pokemon are still listening. This is just us geeking out.
Yeah, sorry. This is not tailored to
This is not
the everyday.
I think the thing is that so much of our friendship over the years has been based on these games.
Yeah, like in the middle years when we were awkward teenagers who didn't want to talk about our feelings.
Exactly.
We talked about Pokemon, and that's it.
Exclusively. We did like all these challenges with Pokemon games.
It
like,
got us through the rocky periods.
Of puberty.
We didn't have to say it.
What, puberty?
You didn't have to say the word.
You've said a lot worse on the air than puberty. Last week you made an echo of the word feces.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
I did, actually. That was very cool. But yeah, so it got us. So it's hard. I guess it's hard for us to keep it.
It's hard to
universal.
keep it simple
Because-
because anyone who's played Pokemon has been playing it for a long time.
For a very long time.
Except Pokemon goers.
Yeah, exactly. In which case, welcome. I like
Yeah.
Pokemon. You still do Pokemon Go.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be rounding down. Well, I'm gonna be rounding up soon because fall's my favorite season,
Really?
and winter is not a time to be outside a lot. So
It blows.
I got a couple months.
Yeah, you do. Do you? Okay. So I remember when Pokemon Go first came out, for like the first month it was out, there was like world peace.
Yeah,
Everything
just felt right in the world.
Everything was in parks. There was no threat of nuclear annihilation. It was great, but then it just kind of stopped. So is there still a good?
I'm very sure there's like still a pretty big following. Like for an app, it's still pretty big. It's nothing like, because in the beginning, literally every other person was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, no, everyone and their mom was
Yes.
out there catching moms.
But then the fad ended. But there's still like a good chunk of people that still like play. Like there were a lot of my friends at school played Pokemon Go. I took a big break while I was in school.
Right.
But like,
because education is important.
Yeah, but
to some people.
But a few friends. Sorry about my dog. You could definitely hear that.
You think so?
Oh yeah, we heard it like a few weeks ago too.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I heard it.
Okay.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were saying about Pokemon Go in getting educations and.
Oh yeah. So like a bunch of my friends were playing Pokemon Go ever since it came out. It was like, hey guys, so it's
You just, what are you saying hi to your
yeah,
friends?
Yeah,
or,
hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
How's your day going?
I remember it being. I just remember it being huge. So do you still have like the gym battles and the team rivalries and stuff that were in Pokemon Go? That are they still around?
All that stuff's still there. I don't just think it's like as cultish as it once was.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're on Team Valor. You cannot enter my home.
I remember it. There were people that wouldn't talk I have a friend that was on the train once, and he was like harassed by people of a different team. It was like a big deal.
There's like the Sharks and the Jets up in here.
Yeah. That's what you're referencing? You're going with, okay, you snap. Do you know the words to the song?
We're the Sharks.
That's it.
We eat people. We're gonna kill your dad.
I tend to think you haven't seen West Side Story.
No, isn't that the words? And then they go, "We're the Jets. Yeah, baby, we're gonna have sex with your dog." That's the word. Those are the words.
You know
right?
what? You know what? If that was the case, West Side Story would be a much better musical. If they were father murderers and dog fuckers in the. Oh man. We need to do that musical. Okay.
Pokemon.
So tell me about your team. Tell me about your team. We kind of skipped over that.
Yeah, back to Gen 2. So I started with Typhlosion.
Okay.
Because in Gen 2, Typhlosion can learn Thunder Punch as well. So we have electric coverage.
That's better. Mm-hmm.
I used an Ampharos because every time I don't
like your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, every time I don't use an Ampharos in a Johto playthrough, I just, I have a bad time. Like, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It's very fun.
So I'm into that. And what else? A Horsey, which is now a Seadra.
Right.
Which is pretty good.
No, Seadra's a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta tell you about my nicknames too, but I'll do that.
Oh, you went through nicknames.
Did you nickname them?
I really didn't.
Oh, you're lame.
I did. I am. I'm not creative.
And so I have a Seadra, which is ready to be a Kingdra because I have the Dragon Scale. Mm-hmm. And what else? Pidgeot. I went for a classic there. I really like the sprite of Pidgeot in Gen 2, which is why I chose it.
No, Pidgeot's... Yeah, no, I agree. I like the sprites in Gen 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, for that joke in the beginning, if you didn't get it, Pidgey is a Pokemon. So it's what's a Pidgey way.
I hope that you stuck with it for the last 25 minutes to just hear that joke explained.
I just realized we never did it. What else? I had a Dawn fan.
Okay.
Which originally
That's a classy.
I had a
move.
Heracross because I realized you can't get Phanpy in Silver until like the 8th gym. Mm-hmm. But then like in Victory Road, like I found a Dawn fan and I was like, this Heracross doesn't learn any fighting moves in this generation either.
Oh, it doesn't?
It has one that it learns in like level 50, I think.
Oh,
it's
that's
like
bad.
reversal.
That's very bad.
Because there's no Brick Break. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, ditched Heracross. I got Dawn fan. Who else do I have? Hang on. Who else is there?
That's five. That's 5. Do you leave an empty slot on your team?
I feel so bad. It's like I'm forgetting one of my children.
To be fair, you've only spent 20 hours with these people with these
It's
Pokemon.
not even a day. You're right.
Yeah, you can't be expected
Shit.
to.
Well, hang on. Oh, Espeon.
Espeon. Oh,
Yes.
good.
Evolution.
Yes.
Which
I like Espeon.
Yeah, I do too. Mm-hmm. It's so powerful, but it sucks to evolve.
Really? Because it's got like the friendship thing
you
or
need
other.
Friendship.
What the hell is that? Who thought up the thing that we need in a Pokemon in a game based on violence between monsters?
Well, it's also
is friendship.
Because like the show was all about like, oh, you're like family with these Pokemon. So they
added, it's a kids show.
Well, they added friendship to be like, like your Pokemon grow to really care about you and you them. Mm-hmm. So it's like they show that through evolution, and it's also like, we can do it with this technology. That was probably a lot of
technology to measure friendships.
That was probably a lot of like in Gen 2 you could tell it was a lot like, because we can. They did day and night cycles because they could, and like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's honestly true. I didn't really think about the day and night cycles, but yeah, actually, that is kind of a nice touch.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm sure it was awesome back then.
It'd be pretty awesome to have a way to track the quality of your friendships with other people. That'd be strange.
Like everyone has like a bar next to them where it's like 0 to 100.
Mm-hmm. And what if you get to 100, you spontaneously turn to an Espeon. It's great. Yeah.
You get psychic powers.
Yeah. I would make friends with freaking everybody.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Great. And so that's my whole team. Mm-hmm. They're really great. Oh, my nicknames.
Yes.
So originally I started by naming my Pokemon like the opposite of what they were. So I named my Cyndaquil Iceberg.
Oh, look at you being funny.
I named my Pidgey Boulder.
Oh man, that's cute.
I named my Ampharos Rubberbud.
Rubberbud?
Because he's my Rubberbud.
Sounds like
It was an Ampharos.
That sounds
like
lady
Ampharos.
Sounds like a sex toy, not gonna lie.
Well, I'm sure it is, and I hadn't thought about that.
Rubberbud trademark.
I was originally going to go for Rubber Boy, but it was a female that I caught.
So so you used a gender neutral term.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Well, it's also like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Donphan I called it Balloon.
Mm-hmm. Because it's an
ground,
elephant.
It's a ground type elephant.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
And now I'm forgetting again. Espeon I called Starlight because it's like it's the sun Pokemon, so it's like
Okay,
stars.
that one's appropriate.
It's kind of appropriate.
You broke it.
But
you
I was
broke the
well, no,
you broke the oxymoron theme that you had going on there.
It was an oxymoron.
It was an oxymoron.
No,
theme.
it was more like an antithesis theme.
Fine, still that's a
really
very big word, but
and
you're
then,
right.
I kind of gave up when I caught Horsey. I just named it Doodles. Doodles. So now I'm gonna, before you leave, I'm gonna evolve a bunch of shit with you.
Yeah,
because I want my Kingdra Doodles.
Yeah, of course. My Kingdra Doodles. Oh my god, I love that name.
And then
that's such a fun name to say.
And then when I caught the Gyarados, I named it Poopsie.
Poopsie?
Yeah.
Poopsie? That's okay.
Because when I was battling, I'd be like, battling you, I thought it'd be really funny to be like, go Poopsie, and it's just like the menacing, like, giant water dragon.
That is, you have the sense of humor of a 5-year-old.
Thank you. Oh, and I named my person Gumble. Gumble because we had Gumbledorp last week in one of the fan fictions.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
it was fresh in my mind. So I was
Great reference.
Oh,
Gumbledorp.
And you know what? It's kind of grown on me.
It's kind of grown?
Yeah, I'm still gonna... So, are you going to finish your gold?
Yeah, because I have a very hard time stopping projects before they're finished.
Oh, I am so the opposite.
Really?
I really gotta work at it to make sure I don't quit at things.
Okay. So, I mean, you're almost done.
Yeah.
The final boss battle is at the top of Mount Silver, so...
But it's a really tough fight. I'm gonna have to grind for a lot.
Yeah, you probably will. But, excuse me. Yeah, I probably will. I honestly did spend a lot of my free time just grinding, just trying to log as many hours as possible, but obviously that didn't turn out well because I only got 8. But I will. I think I honestly will finish the game.
And now, actually, I have a counter argument for your statement last week where you said, when I recommended Gold and Silver, and you were like, "Oh, that's the longest game."
You know what?
Which, yeah, it is, but it's also the shortest if you think about it.
Because, I mean, you're almost done after 20 hours, which means that it's...
That's true. But I think
close.
I just kind of rushed, or I went very fast.
Uh-huh.
But it's also, if you think about it, we could have agreed to just beat the champion, and that only takes like 10 hours.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing about the Gold and Silver games is that after you clear the Johto region, you unlock the region from the first game, which... to this day is the most badass sequel to any video game that I've ever played.
Yeah. It's so great.
It's incredible. So in my mind it was like you're clearing 2 regions,
yes.
So it just takes the longest time.
But they had to account for like the leveling system because you can't go to Kanto at like level 60 like you do like the level you are when you usually finish any other game.
Right.
So
because then by the time you actually beat everybody, you're at level 100.
So the actual Johto playthrough is actually really short compared to like other gens.
You
don't notice,
and I noticed that too. Yeah.
You don't notice because you go to Kanto.
Right, absolutely. Because I mean, it's very rare in other games that I get through 6 out of 8 badges in 8 hours.
Yeah,
that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, like usually you're at like. You usually get to the 4th gym at like hour 10.
Absolutely.
It's a grind. So they accounted for that very well.
Yeah.
And if we had thought of that last week, we could have done that.
We could have done that, and that would have been a bit easier.
I would have also not waited and just gone
through
anyway.
the entire time because you would have cleared the champion by Wednesday. So
yeah,
absolutely.
So I did well. I loved this. It was nice to because I've never beaten the Gen 2 games. I've beaten the Gen 2 remakes.
Yeah.
That came out like when we were like 13, 12.
Yeah.
These came out before... No, not before we were born. It was like 1999. We were like 3, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
So we couldn't play them.
We could have. It would have just taken us a very long time.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be able to read the text or anything like that. We'd just be button mashing our way through. Yes,
that is true. We wouldn't know any of the strategies and stuff like that.
So I appreciated playing this game because, you know, it actually gave me an opportunity to appreciate how long these games that have been very appropriate, very important to me, how they've developed over time. So I really did enjoy playing the old games.
It's nice to go back.
It
and
is.
You gain an appreciation for new things.
Absolutely,
So,
I agree.
yeah. Have you ever played a Gen 2 game before?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever
Nice.
played anything before Gen 3, actually.
Wow.
Because, I mean, I played every region, but I haven't gone back
to every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I played Silver. No, not Silver. I played Crystal a little bit when I was younger because one of my friends let me borrow their cartridge.
Oh, nice.
But like it was so old at that point where like the save function didn't work.
That's really annoying.
So it's like
That's really
I
sucks.
played through like 4 hours and then the save was deleted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
all right. So are we? Do you have any last thoughts before we pick from the pickin' bucket and end this geek out session?
yeah, earlier today I actually found a Pikachu way.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fall for that again.
Please.
No, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction.
All right.
I'm not gonna give you the
All
satisfaction.
right, fine.
Well, fine. What's a Pikachu way?
I don't know actually.
You
should
didn't
check.
look up that stat.
Well, no.
You didn't look up. You really didn't plan through this
I
second
planned
joke.
for the first one.
You planned for the first one.
And it was great. And now I have that voice clip forever.
For forever. Absolutely. All right. So shall we pick from the bucket?
Yeah, I guess it's about that time.
Yeah, I picked last week, so pass it over.
All right, cool. You mix it up.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm scared.
What is it?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Okay.
Is
So
this another one that you really wanted to do?
well, I think you came up with this one.
Okay.
And I really do like it. Mm-hmm. And honestly, there could not be a better week for us to have this one because I have this whole next week off. Like
What? You're on vacation?
I am off for a week. Yes.
Nice.
So
okay. Good for you.
This undertaking. Also, this one has like no like moral gain from it. It's just like a weird challenge. It's called Tactical Sleeper.
Oh no.
Sleep in a different location each night, no beds.
No beds.
Oh, my poor.
Crap.
I have a really comfy bed. I'm gonna miss this.
I have so much work this week. Oh god. Oh man.
Wow, I got lucky. You got screwed.
I got screwed. This is a very bad plan. Why did I do this?
Oh, Michael. Look, I mean, like our big rule here is like if the undertaking like will seriously affect like other important shit, like then the undertaking should like take the back seat.
Well, I mean, we'll see how it works this week.
Yeah, like I mean, hell, you can find some really comfy places to sleep.
Yeah, I know. Well, my dog always takes over the couch, so she'll probably kick me off.
Nice.
Before the end of the night.
Yes.
So that's probably a bad plan. I'll
Now,
think it through.
Yeah, I have.
You have a.
Yeah.
You have a.
No, because I just remembered. Last week we said we were gonna talk about all the cool Pokemon challenges we did when we were kids, and we did not.
We briefly mentioned it.
Oh well.
Do you want to really quickly run through them?
Yeah, but first, we'll finish up talking about
Yeah.
this next undertaking. Something I want to try is my roommate from college. Hey man, how you doing? He was super.
What was that? You just went like Brooklyn Italian for a second. Hey man, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
The last year we spent where we lived together, we had bunk beds, and he liked sleeping on the top because he was much shorter than I, the 6'2" hunk. And I don't know, some night he really enjoyed sleeping on the floor. It's good for the back. He taught me. So you know what? I'm gonna try sleeping on the floor tonight.
Good for you. I don't know what I'll do.
I mean, I still got
figure
a
it out.
carpet. I'm gonna change it soon.
You're gonna change the carpet?
Yeah, I'm gonna rip it off and put a wood floor down.
Oh.
But while I still have it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I only have a wood floor, so that's not happening for me. But yeah, that's so we're going to be very sleep deprived by the next time we.
Well, you don't know that. Maybe just physically in pain.
Exactly.
Depending on how well we do. I might make a makeshift hammock.
We
out
got
of things.
We got to replace the chairs by the next time we.
I'm gonna sleep in this chair.
You're gonna sleep in the chair?
Oh. Well,
that's a very bad
Before
idea.
we trash this chair, I want to like break it in half
You're gonna.
because it's so close to breaking.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
There is no lumbar anything on that chair.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is. So I guess until next
No,
week.
we're not forgetting the Pokemon challenges we did when we were kids.
Oh, right.
We did three that I vaguely remember. The
Okay.
first one was called the Team Rocket Challenge, where it's basically
Only Zubats and
we'll only use specific types of Pokemon.
Right, so
Steel,
poison.
Poison, some normal types.
Right. Dark.
Ground.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool because we got to like experiment and find like cool, like I used a Quagsire, I remember, because it was a part water, part ground, so it worked.
It counted.
And
Yeah.
that shit was awesome. The next one we did was
The Avatar Challenge,
yes,
where we could only use.
that one was fun.
Actually, that plugs into the
the Avatar
early the episode.
Yeah, so basically we both joined a nation, and we had a limit of 4 specific types that we could use for our whole
Right.
team.
So I was the Earth nation, so I could use rock, ground,
Steel,
steel,
and something else.
I forget what the last one was.
And I was air, so I could use Flying Psychic Ghost and something else. Damn
Yeah,
it.
I forget. I forget the last one.
I forget too.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, and the Rocket Challenge we did Gen 4. Avatar Challenge we did Gen 3.
You remember that? You remember them a lot better than I did.
And then the last one we did was just...
Did we ever do a Nuzlocke?
we didn't do a Nuzlocke.
Okay.
I want to do that as an Undertaking at one point.
Okay.
Or a playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever do like a gaming channel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The last one we did this summer. We did Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh yes, we did.
I don't remember. Oh, and we
Get the rules.
yeah, did we pick each other's teams?
Yes, that was it. We picked each other's teams and we had to battle them at the end.
Okay, yeah.
That was it.
Okay,
but
well-
yes, those are the challenges we did. Thank you for listening to this very geeky, very fun podcast.
Yeah, hopefully you're a Pokemon fan, and then you realize how Pokemon fans we are, and then you stick around because we're cool.
we're
awesome, cool like you.
The awesome Pokemon fan in all of us.
Yeah, so remember to enjoy this podcast preemptively, and consider sharing it with people other than yourself, and also remember to join the Sharks or the Jets.
The Sharks are the Jets are better. Jets are better.
Either you'll kill
Good
your
team this
dad or have sex with a dog.
Or have sex with
Not
a dog.
your dad, another dad.
Another dad. All right. So until next week, don't forget to challenge yourself
And try something new.
I
did it.
You did it. You did it correctly.
I did it.
Man. Thank you very much for joining us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I need some Bofa.
Bofo?
Bofa.
I'm not gonna do it.
Bofa these nuts, bitch!